So we will start today with Proxio Pro. Um, just by the way, my name is Braden Goff. I'm the implementation manager for Proxio. And if you'd like any other information or a copy of the either of the PowerPoints we'll be looking at today, you can shoot me an email at braden@proxio.com. So we're going to go over some market trends and then get an overview of Proxio, and we'll spend most of the time here in a live demo. We'll go over getting started and some other services, and then at the end we'll have a little bit of time for Q&A. So in 2012, foreign buyers purchased $82.5 billion of U.S. real estate, and they paid a higher median price, nearly double, compared to domestic buyers, and they paid cash about 63% of the time. So that's certainly a very convenient sort of transaction. In terms of where foreign buyers are coming from, we're seeing a majority coming from Canada, especially over in Florida, followed by China and Mexico, although we have a lot more coming from Central and South America to the Florida area. So it's very important to be able to reach multicultural buyers. And as you can see from the map here, multilingual is the new norm in the US. We have the overall percentage of families speaking another language other than English at home at 20.1%, and in some areas it's much higher than that, as I'm sure you're well aware in Florida. So being able to reach multilingual buyers is very important as well. And that brings us to Proxio Pro. It is the only global network exclusively for real estate professionals. We have well over 600,000 agents in over 140 countries, and the platform operates and translates between 19 languages and 55 currencies. And it works sort of like a LinkedIn for realtors. As you can see here, Beth in California is linked to Alan in Costa Rica, who is linked to Ophelia in Florida. And because they are all connected, they can see each other's listings and send messages back and forth, share referrals, and all that sort of thing. We also are one of the world's largest collections of international properties. We have about 3.5 million listings at the moment, worth well over $1.7 trillion in around 136 countries. A lot of these are very high value listings as well, with over 100,000 valued at over 1 million. The listings are accepted in all 19 languages, and we have over 400 fully translated fields. And all of our translations are done by real translators, actual people who are native speakers of the language that they translate into for us. And they also know real estate. So we did our best to make sure that nothing is lost in translation here, since it's very important to, translate accurately when it comes to industry terms and that sort of thing. And here we have an example of a listing translated into 2 languages, and this one was actually entered in English. So we have Russian and Chinese here. It's very easy to translate listings in Proxio Pro. All you have to do is bring down the translation menu and click on the language you would like to see it in, and that's all it takes. And of course, we'll be taking a look at that in the demo in a moment here. We also syndicate listings to other consumer-facing websites, since Proxio Pro is only for real estate professionals. So to get you buyer exposure, we syndicate to worldproperties.com and a couple of other sites. World Properties is our main syndication partner, though. They have relatively high rank in search results relating to international property searches, and they get quite a bit of traffic. So we run the search for them, and your listings will be available there to consumers all over the world in 19 languages. And you can also easily create marketing materials, flyers for your listings, and those are also translatable. We have a few templates available, and that's another one we'll look at during the demo. So we will jump into that now. And if you would like to log into Proxio Pro, you can join in with me. And you'll want to go to proxioworld.com/MFRMLS, and we have a nice landing page for you that Shows you all the advantages of our new platform, Developer Showcase, which we'll be taking a look at shortly. And you can scroll down to the bottom and click Get Started to get going. All you have to do is enter your email or phone number, and it will basically take you through the steps of logging into Proxio Pro, which is actually how you get to Developer Showcase. So both are in the same place. So you'll just enter your email or phone number there, and that will pull from our records and help you log in. Since I'm not part of MFRMLS, I have already logged in myself. If you do know your username and password, of course, you can log in at proxiopro.com as well. In any case, you will get to the Proxio Pro homepage here, one way or another. And the first thing you'll notice up here at the top is that we have all of these flags. That is how you change the language that you browse Proxio Pro in. So if you want to browse in a language other than English, just click on the flag corresponding to the language. So if we wanted to change over to, say, Italian here, we click on the Italian flag. And now the whole system shows up in Italian for us. Same with Spanish if we click on the Spanish flag here, and that sort of thing. So, very easy to change the language that you use to browse Proxio. You can do it right there at the home page. The next thing we'll take a look at is setting up your profile. If you go a little further to the right at the top of the page, you click on Profile next to the little figure in the green shirt, and that will bring you to the Edit Profile page. So the first box is defaults up here at the top, and that changes how information is going to be displayed to you in Proxio Pro. So you can set your default country, change the digit, grouping, and date format. You can also change between the dimension units. We automatically calculate between square feet and square meters. And you can change your default currency as well. And we do have an accurate conversion there. We do use current exchange rates, as current as today, and we do have 55 currencies available. So you can change that default there and automatically translate the listing prices and that sort of thing, or rather convert, I should say. After that, we have your information. You'll want to fill that out as completely as possible. You want to make sure your contact info is correct, and then you'll definitely want to upload a profile picture over here on the right side. That's very important for networking. People are much less likely to network with you if you don't have a profile picture. So you'll also want to enter any languages you speak, any specialties you have, personal website and social network links, your license number, and all that sort of thing. Just try to make sure that that is as completely filled out as you can have it, as you don't want anyone to have a hard time getting a hold of you if they want to know about listings or working with you or anything like that. Then down at the bottom is where you can change your password if you would like to. We do recommend doing that if you haven't changed it from the default, as all MFRMLS members will have the same default password. So any of that that you enter there or change up, you'll want to click Save Changes down at the bottom in order to preserve that. And that'll bring us back to the home page. And now we're going to take a look at the overview page. So if you look at the left side of the screen, we have a navigation panel here. We have links to pretty much everywhere in the system. So at the top under My Proxio, we have Overview. We'll click on that. And this gives us a snapshot of what's going on in Proxio altogether at the moment. So on the left side, we have information as it pertains to you, your contact info and that sort of thing, how it's displayed on your profile. Then we have any listing updates from your agency or your network, and any connections that you have. So your agent network and agency network, that would be everyone in your agency and the people that they've connected with. Then network listings and invitations. And then below that, we have your groups. So that's going to show any groups that you're a part of. You should all be in the MFRMLS group at the very least. And that's another good networking tool. You can use groups to find other agents in other areas or agents with certain specialties and that sort of thing. We'll take a closer look at those a little later in the demo here. Below that, we have a public message board for agents to keep the conversation going about whatever is pertinent to real estate professionals these days. And on the right side, we have information as it pertains to the entire network. We have the global referral network at the top there. So we have the number of countries we're currently active in, looks like 135. And then we have over 200,000 agencies with almost 870,000 agents and just over 3.5 million listings, it looks like. Then we have the total value and potential referral fees from those listings. Certainly some tempting numbers right there. And then we have our newest global agents on the Proxio Pro network. That's kind of a news feed of our highest level members. And then the newest listings to enter the system, another sort of news feed type feature. So you can see what's most recently been added. So just a good way to get an idea of what's happening in the network or any updates that there might be and that kind of thing. So we'll head back to the home page here. And now we're going to take a look at building your referral network, at finding other agents to network with professionally. So we can click on Build My Referral Network, or on the left side, we can click on Agents under Network. Either way, it will take you to the agent search window here. So we have a few options for narrowing down the search, and we do display some information about the agents right here in the search results too. So on the left side, we have the network status column. The yellow star means that you've already networked with that agent. The exclamation point symbol here means that there's a pending request with them. And the handshake symbol means that you have not networked with them, and you can click on that to send them a message saying that you would like to network, that you'd like to make a connection. And we'll take a look at that in a moment. First, we're going to narrow this search down a little bit. We'll imagine that I have a Brazilian client that's looking for a luxury property in Miami. So I'll be looking for agents in Florida that speak Brazilian Portuguese, and we'll type luxury into the text search. We can also narrow it down by group. We have communities, associations, and agencies. And like I said, we'll take a closer look at those a little later in the demo. So you can even narrow it down that way if you would like to. But for now, we'll just keep it to everyone in Florida that speaks Brazilian Portuguese and has luxury somewhere in their profile, most often in their specialties. So here you can see we only have agents in Florida, and each agent will have the Brazilian flag in the language column, as we only have agents who are speaking Brazilian Portuguese in this block of search results, and just about all of them are probably going to have luxury in their specialties, or at least somewhere else on their profile. So from here, we can take a look at one of these agents. We can look at their profile. So we'll take a look at Erica Bonilla here. And this is how your profile is going to show up, of course, with your picture and information, and not Erica's here. But this is a very well filled out profile. It's a good example of how much information you want to put on there for other agents to see. We've got all her contact information. She's got her profile picture uploaded. She's entered all 3 languages that she speaks. And she has her social network links and all that sort of thing. She's also joined 3 groups, which is another valuable networking tool. And we can see that she's a global agent. That's our highest level of membership. And she has 56 connections in her network, and she currently has 12 listings on the system. And if we wanted to network with her, then we can click invite. If you wanted to just send her an email, you can click email this agent. Either way, it will bring you to our or our part of the platform rather that has the email form here. So we have a pre-formatted form message for a network invitation, and you can customize that as well if you'd like. If they have a different default language set, it will actually show up in their language as well. On top of that, you can enter HTML code and that sort of thing. So you can make an HTML formatted email if you'd like to. And it's very simple to do. All you have to do is click send, and it will send her the request, and it will be up to her to approve or reject the network request. So very easy to do, very easy to find agents to network with. If you click on the handshake symbol in the search results, it will actually bring you to that same form message there. And then if you want to go back to your search results, maybe look for a different agent, somebody with different specialties or in a different area of Florida or something, you can click on agents right up here under the How It Works tab. And that will bring you back to the search you just performed. So you don't have to go back and re-enter the terms of the search that you just did. So that's finding other agents in the system and networking with them and that sort of thing. Another thing worth noting here is the membership level. We have the global members up here at the top. They get the highest position in search results, followed by our premium members. That's our second highest or middle level of membership. And then the standard are going to have the blue star here that you see on Fernando's profile here down at the bottom. So just one of the benefits of upgrading your membership is a little better exposure on the system. Another option we have here is the My Agent Network tab. If you take a look at the tabs here, it's going to be the third one up toward the top of the screen. And that's going to show you anyone that you have already networked with. And from here, you can send out mail or referrals and that sort of thing. And you can do that to just one person or two or three, as many as you would like. So you can decide to check all of those if you want to, and send out a blast email too. So another good way to keep contact going with the agents that you've networked with. So that is networking with agents that way, finding individual agents on the system, and that sort of thing. And now we'll take a look at searching for properties. So you'll notice on the left we have property search, and we have search for properties as a nice big button here on the home page too. So here we have quite a few options for narrowing down the field, including beds and baths, living area and land area, and all that sort of thing. And we will stick to the same example that we looked at for agent search. We'll imagine that I have a client looking in Miami for a luxury property. So we'll look in Miami, Florida for properties between $1 million and $5 million. And we'll click search here. And the first thing you'll notice on these search results is that we have a few on top here that show up in green with some extra information. These are premium listings, and they're available to anybody in the Proxio Pro network. However, if you have a standard membership, you will have to pay for the premium listings. It's going to be $30 per listing per quarter, and any listings that you do choose to make premium will show up at the very top of the search results with this additional info. So a little more eye-grabbing, basically better exposure here. And you also get a higher position in search results on World Properties, the consumer-facing syndication partner of ours. So another thing worth considering, if you have a premium or global membership, you actually get a handful of premium listings by default as well. So we'll click on one of these and take a closer look at the listing. This is how your listings will be showing up on the system. And this is a very well filled out one, very complete, quite a bit of information. We have a number of pictures here. We have the description and all of the pertinent information about the property. So we have the price and property style, bedrooms and bathrooms, square footage, and that sort of thing, as well as the features and what's nearby, and a description of the property too. Down at the bottom, we have the listing agent information. So if you want to get a hold of them, you certainly can. And of course, yours will be showing up on your listings. And up at the top is where we can translate the listing. So all we have to do is click on the translate menu, select the language we'd like to see it in. And for this one, how about we go with Japanese? And it will translate the listing. So now we have everything here showing up in Japanese. And then from there, you can send it out or print it if you need to. Very easy to do right there. And we'll switch back to English just that easily. So that's how you can find properties here and how your properties will be showing up in search results and as the listing itself. And once again, we can go right back to the search results here at the top of the page underneath the flags by clicking on search results. And there we go. So it's worth noting at this point that we do have an automatic feed of listings from MFRMLS. So any listings that you do have on the MLS will be showing up in Proxio Pro here. They'll automatically come over, so you don't have to worry about adding them yourself. And any adjustments that you make will also be reflected in the system within 24 to 48 hours at the most. We run a refresh of our feeds every day, every morning, and depending on how quickly information is syndicated from, well, in this case, MFRMLS, but any of our MLS or association partners, the changes will be reflected within a day or two. So you don't have to worry about editing the properties once they're in here either. So long as you do it in the MLS, it will push through. So now we're going to take a look at worldproperties.com, and we'll see how your listings show up for consumers. So here we have the search box on the right, powered by Proxio. And here we have all 19 languages available. And we'll keep to English since I'm not particularly good with other languages. And we'll run the same search we did, take a look at that same listing just to get an idea of the difference between Proxio Pro and worldproperties.com. So we're searching in Miami for a property between $1 million and $5 million. And as you can see here, we have those same premium listings showing up at the top here. And I'm not sure how clear it is on your screens, but we do have a green bar above each premium listing, denoting that they will be at the top of search results that they fit into. And then below that, we have the gray bar for the normal non-premium listings. So a little better exposure on our syndication partner sites as well. So we'll take a look at that same one. And you can see we have a little bit nicer of a photo gallery here for buyers. All the pertinent information about the house, beds and baths, square footage, all that kind of thing, and the description and building features. And on the right, we have a lead capture form as well. So if somebody is interested in the property, they can drop you a line. And on top of that, we have the listing agent info too. So if they want to get a hold of the agent, saying maybe they want more info about this property or properties similar to it, or something like that, or in that area, they can get a hold of you right there. So a little less information is on our syndication partner sites than there is on Proxio Pro, and that's mainly because generally you're going to be more comfortable releasing extra information to realtors than you are to buyers. So things like commission splits and that sort of thing won't be visible to consumers when we syndicate to those other sites. So that's worldproperties.com. And another one you can add to a listing presentation. You can show your clients that their listing will be available worldwide in 19 languages. It's certainly a powerful tool demonstrating that you're an international agent. So we'll head back to the home page here in Proxio Pro. And the next thing we'll look at is going to be creating flyers for your listings. On the left-hand navigation panel here, we have publication down toward the bottom. So you'll want to click on that, and it will bring you to the flyer creation portion here. So we have 8 different templates here. You can mouse over them to get a view of how it's going to look there. So we'll choose number 8 here, this bottom right. Then we have a language 1 and language 2. If you have the description in multiple languages, you can create 2 flyers if you would like to. So we'll check both, and it'll create one flyer with the description in the first language and one flyer with the description in the second language if you have the description entered in 2 languages. And then it'll ask us which listing we would like to make a flyer for. So you just select whichever it is and click Next. And it will automatically generate that flyer. Now, since I selected both languages, it's going to create 2 flyers, one with a description from language 1 and one with the description from language 2. And that's helpful because we can translate them right here, and then you have the rest of the flyer going along with that language that you used for the other description. So if we wanted to switch over to, let's say, French for this one, it'll translate both flyers. And so we have each description available with a flyer for the property in French. And then we can save it as a PDF and send it out or edit it or whatever we need, or just print it out from here. So very easy to create those marketing flyers. And of course, if you have a few more pictures, those will show up here as well. And it looks pretty nice there. So we'll head back to the home page here. And now we'll take a look at finding groups to join. So you can click on Find a Group to Join, or go to Groups here so you can browse through communities, associations, or agencies. And we recommend taking a look at all of those categories, looking at all the groups available, seeing where you'll fit in, and joining as many as you can, because that's going to get you better exposure in the system, and you'll have access to the group message boards and that sort of thing. So for instance, if you do a fair amount of commercial properties, then you'll probably want to take a look at the CCIM group. The Certified Commercial Investment Members have their own group here. And many of these groups, like this one, will require certain designations or that sort of thing to join. So keep that in mind if you're looking for groups to join. But at the very least, you can still search through the members of that group. So if you have a client looking for a commercial property in another part of the country or something like that, you can help them get in contact with a good agent for that, just by searching for that area or maybe that language spoken, that sort of thing. And hopefully earn a referral fee or something like that by doing those sorts of things. At the top here, we have a little bit of information about the group, the moderator info, how you can contact them, and a description as well. And then we have the number of agents in the group, currently 686 in the CCIM group at the moment, and the number of listings that they have. They have just over 2,400, it looks like. Then we have a group message board, like I mentioned, for people to discuss whatever's going to be relevant to, in this case, commercial investment members. And the newest listings, and of course, since this pulls from all of the listings that any agents in this group have, it will be pulling residential as well as commercial, since so many agents do both. However, another kind of a news feed sort of thing here that you can take a look at what's most recently been added in the system from agents in this group. So, like I said, you'll want to take a look at all of the communities, all the associations, and all the agencies. Find anywhere that you can join and help yourself out that way with a little additional networking. So that just about does it for our demonstration of Proxio Pro here. The last thing I'm going to show you here is on the home page. It's the Getting Started guide down toward the bottom on the left side of the button list. So if you're not sure how to go about doing something in Proxio Pro, or you just want a little additional info, you can click on that. We have a user guide and some tips, a number of PDFs here for specific things in Proxio Pro. Then we have a nice long PDF on how to use Proxio, and that's basically A to Z on the entire system. And we have a pre-recorded webinar. We also do hold Proxio Pro webinars every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so noon your time. So if you ever need a refresher for that, you can certainly join me in one of those. And we have a developer showcase webinar every Thursday at 10:30 Pacific, so 1:30 your time. And we will jump into developer showcase in just a moment here. First, I did want to take a quick look at the different levels of membership in Proxio Pro, as well as a customer testimonial here. We, of course, do have people wondering if Proxio really works, and we can tell you unequivocally that it does. We have Martha Bailey here from Weston, Florida, and thanks to Proxio, she found an investor for her property, resulting in a $19 million sale for a commercial development project. After joining in January 2012, it took her only 3 months to build her network to over 100 professionals from 18 countries. So she found a great deal of success with Proxio Pro, and she is not the only one. We do have other testimonials on our websites if you'd like to take a look. And just last week, I found somebody here in our backyard. We're in the Silicon Valley in California. An agent that didn't even realize he had Proxio had another agent contact him for an international sale. Ended up making, I believe, a $1.5 million sale from a lead that he didn't realize existed. So definitely pretty valuable. And here we have the levels of membership. We have the standard agent package, which you are afforded with your MFRMLS membership. You get global networking with over 600,000 agents, and syndication to international sites, including worldproperties.com, and of course the instant and accurate translation of listings into 19 languages. That's normally $99 per year, but like I said, as MFRMLS members, you automatically have access to that. Next, we have the premium agent level. That's going to be better in terms of exposure, as it gets you better position in search results on Proxio Pro and World Properties. You get up to 5 featured listings on both sites as well. And you also get the social search Facebook application and a multilingual IDX search widget for your website. So those both will allow customers to visit either your Facebook business page or your personal website and search through the listings on Proxio Pro in all 19 languages we have available. So at the very least, it's going to demonstrate to potential clients that you have the international reach that so many people are looking for. And that's going to be $349 a year or $34.99 a month. And our highest level of membership is the global agent level, and that's going to get you the very top position in search results on Proxio Pro and World Properties, as well as a spot in our rotating marquee of global agents. We display that on both sites as well. You get up to 10 featured listings on Proxio Pro and World Properties, as well as the multilingual search widget for your website and social search for your Facebook business page. On top of that, you get global syndication of up to 10 properties on 40 plus top international portals. So those are some extra syndication sites that we partner with for our global members. And that's going to be $749 a year or $74.99 a month. And then, of course, we have our single featured listing, and that's available to anybody on the system. Going to be $30 per listing per quarter to get the very top position in search results that your property fits into, and a little additional information. So it's going to grab people's attention a lot more that way. So the key here is that going global means more opportunity. So that's really been our goal since we started here, and we do everything we can to help agents become global agents as opposed to just local ones. So that about does it for the Proxio Pro section of today's training session. If you have any questions or anything, you can shoot me an email, braden@proxio.com. And here we actually have a discount code on the screen. So if you'd like to upgrade your membership to the premium or global agent level, you can do so and enter WW code 04 to save 20% on that upgrade. So that does it for Proxio Pro, and we will change gears real quick and move over to Developer Showcase. That is a newer platform, a sales and marketing accelerator for developers and agents alike. And I'm just going to kind of jump through the first few slides here because it's all actually information we just covered about Proxio Pro. Generally, we do these training sessions separately, so we like to remind people about Proxio Pro a little bit before going through Developer Showcase. So here we have the listing translation and all that sort of thing. And now we have Developer Showcase. So it helps agents to market developments all over the world, whether they are in your area or not. And it is, of course, for developers and builders as well as agents. It's one of the ways that Proxio leverages our global agent pool as a marketing channel for builders. So it really does help out all parties involved in the marketing and selling of investments. Developers are happy because they have a much larger number of agents representing their projects all over the world. Agents are happy because it opens new commission opportunities and is probably the easiest way to expand your inventory today. And buyers are happy because they have one good website that they can look at where they can compare a number of different developments to one another, all in the same place. It's very easy to use for buyers, and it looks very nice too. So we don't have to worry about old literature and that kind of thing, or any clunky websites, any not optimal user experiences. We don't have to worry about that. And developers are offering big commissions on some of these projects, and agents can very easily participate in that by referring their clients. These days, US boomers want to buy retirement homes in fun and interesting locations, and luxury properties are especially attractive to them. On top of that, many agents have connections back home, so to speak, in other countries, some of which may even be politically stressed. So people in those countries, for instance, places like Venezuela, parts of Eastern Europe, and areas of China, people are looking for properties to invest in outside the country with that kind of uncertainty going on. So those are all things that you can leverage with Developer Showcase here. So it does deliver faster sales. We have more agents selling the projects, more buyers seeing them with better websites and literature, and international exposure. The website is also supported on smartphones, tablets, and computers all alike. So whether they're on an iPhone or Android, an iPad or another tablet or a laptop or a desktop computer, anything that they use to look at the website, it's going to work. It's going to look nice. We do have it responsively designed, is what it's called. That means that the web page automatically resizes to fit the window it's being displayed in. So if you have a window that's narrower than a normal computer screen, it's going to automatically resize and still look good. It also helps maintain an accurate representation of these projects by maintaining the project image, as the developers or lead marketing companies will be the ones responsible for the content on the system. And all the information does stay current because, of course, they have an interest in that, in making sure that everyone has the information up to date. So you don't have to worry about old literature or Dropbox accounts or anything. The developer just enters it on their development, and it automatically is updated across the system for every single agent. So it works very simply. We get images, photos, architectural drawings, high-resolution renderings, that kind of thing. Generally going to be high-resolution pictures. And then we get some information, some descriptions and features and amenities and that sort of thing. And they are put into a profile for each development. Then we have some optional things such as videos, floor plans, and other documents like, say, price lists, reservation agreements, commission schedules, that sort of thing, that can also be added at the developer's discretion. And it is all in one place. And there's also a separate view for agents and clients. So agents are, of course, going to have access to more information than clients will. So as you can see here, we have the profile that we create for each development. We got an example here. Have a nice photo gallery at the top, detailed information below that, and those documents and videos and floor plans, all that sort of thing included as well. And as you can see, it's a very nice looking website and pretty straightforward in terms of navigating through it. You can also automatically create marketing pieces that will be branded specifically for you. And we have brochures and flyers available. And when you generate those, it's going to take the high resolution pictures and the descriptions of the development and automatically create a brochure or flyer for it. So that's going to have all the latest information since it is automatically generated once you click the button. And it's also going to have your name and contact information on each page. So we really did our best to make the system as agent-centric as possible. You can also create formatted emails with just a few clicks, and we'll take a look at all of that during the demo in a moment here, of course. But we do have a built-in email system in Developer Showcase as well. So you can send out the marketing materials automatically that way, and we have other options on top of that. And of course, any changes made are instantly visible, so these project presentations are always up to date and accurate. So here we have an example of the custom website that you will have. We have an individual website for every agent, and it will have your profile picture, your name and contact information, and any of the projects that you choose to follow on the system. And like I mentioned before, it is fully responsive, so it will look good on any device here. We have a little example of how it shows up on a smartphone, a tablet, and a laptop. We also have a lead capture form and lead registration tool built into the system. So any leads that you register will come back to you. You have a dashboard for looking at those, sorting through them, and that kind of thing, right there on your home page. So developers will see the progress that you make in terms of registering leads, but you do have protection for them. So they'll see when you register a lead and which project it's for. However, they won't have access to the contact information for that lead. So if they want to get a hold of the person that you brought into the system, they'll have to go through you for that. And vice versa. So if a customer would like to get a hold of the developer, they won't have access to that contact info either. Only you will have that. And another nice part of this system is that there is a huge network effect. So because these are very nice looking and easy to use websites, you'll send them out to clients and that sort of thing. Do whatever you can to drive traffic, whether it's sending out the link to your profile in emails or taking out some Google AdWords. We've had a number of agents find success with that. But in any case, you're going to have clients looking at this, and even if they're not thinking about a development purchase, they might know somebody who is. So they'll be sending this out to other people they know to take a look at the beautiful renderings and pictures and everything. And you may start registering leads that you didn't know existed because it does all come directly back to you. It also requires no technology knowledge, which is very helpful. All you have to do is fill out a professional profile. Very simple to do, and we'll go over that right at the beginning of the demo here. You just click on projects to follow them and add them to your profile, and everything else is automatic. That's all it takes to get set up. So we've only had the system out for a few months now, and we've already generated hundreds of leads for the developments on the system, and it is only going upward. And the key here is that by providing a global connection between supply and demand, Proxio Developer Showcase really helps to accelerate sales on these. So we have a lot more agents making these commissions and buyers buying up units more quickly due to the higher amount of exposure. So to get into Developer Showcase, you'll want to log into Proxio Pro. You can go to proxiopro.com or proxioworld.com/MFRMLS to get started. And once you've logged in, you'll see a Developer Showcase button on the home page there. All you have to do is click on that, and it will bring you right into the platform. There isn't a second login or anything like that. It's actually just based on your Proxio Pro login, so it will automatically bring you into the system. The first screen you'll see will tell you to follow a couple of developments. You will have to follow at least one to bypass this screen, and we recommend following as many as you reasonably can, as we don't see a reason not to expand your inventory a little more drastically. But all you have to do is click follow this project, and that will add it to your profile. After that, you'll be prompted to fill out your profile, make sure all your contact info and everything is accurate, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. So here we are on the Proxio Pro homepage, and I will click on the Developer Showcase button to bring me right into the platform. So since I've already set up my profile, it brings me right to my home page, and we'll take a look at these tabs in just a moment here. First, we're going to look at editing your profile and getting that set up. So on the right side here, above Featured Projects, we have the Edit Profile link. So go ahead and click on that. So you can change your cover image if you would like. You'll definitely want to make sure that you have a good profile picture as well. You can upload a broker logo too, and all that kind of thing. And then we have all of your information. You have your first and last name, make sure those are displaying correctly. Your public URL, and that's going to be for your public profile, the one that you're going to be sending out to clients so that they can see your information and all of the developments you're following. You can change that if you would like, but keep in mind that you can only do it once. So once you have changed it, it will be permanently whatever you change it to. So probably want to make that count. And make sure that your contact email is accurate. Actually, this one works for me, but I think I might change mine to braden@proxio.com. And then your telephone number, agency name, and license number. We have a section for your slogan and a brief About Me section. And then you'll want to enter your office location, of course. Here we are in Santa Clara, California, where it is sunny, although probably not quite as nice as Florida. Below that, you'll want to make sure to enter any languages that you speak and any specialties that you have. Check any boxes that apply. And if you do check other, you'll have the option to add in the other specific specialties that you have. So another nice part of the system here. Then we have the social network and personal website links down here at the bottom. So you'll want to enter that as well and drive some traffic to your websites that way. And once everything is all set up, all we have to do is click Save at the bottom or top of the page. And there we go. My profile is now updated. You'll notice that it is now braden@proxio.com instead of b.gov. And then we have all of the projects that I'm following. So we'll take a closer look at the public profile in just a moment here. First, we're going to head back to the home page and go through some of those tabs that we have here. So the first one here is your news feed, and that's going to contain any updates from projects that you're following. So maybe there's a new phase of selling, or they're breaking ground on a pre-construction or something like that. Really anything like that, updates to commissions, any kind of communication from the developer to the agents representing it will show up here. So you'll want to keep an eye on that one. The next tab we have here is Manage Projects. That's where you can go to edit the projects that you followed, so you can remove some or add more. You can sort subscriptions as well. If we go to Edit Projects, we have the option for unfollowing these. So if I wanted to, say, pull mid-block off of my profile, I just click on Unfollow. And up at the top, I click Save to save that, and it will be removed from my profile. Or you can keep it on there just by clicking Follow this project again. So very easy to pull developments off if for some reason you don't want to follow it anymore. Next, we have Sort Subscriptions, and this is where you can change the order that these show up on your profile in. So if I wanted to move, say, the Blue Hyatt Residences, I could just click and drag until it's in the position that I'd like to see it on my profile. Maybe I'll put it after Solo District here. And once that's all set, we can click Finish, and it will save that order. Now they will be displayed on my profile in this order. So you can choose which ones you want to feature first and that sort of thing. And then we can click on Follow More Projects to find more projects to add to the profile. It will bring you to the same place as clicking on Project Search in the top left corner. So we'll follow some more. And now we have the option of doing a text search here, or we can browse by category, or we can just click on All Projects here on the right side under the search button to see everything on the system. So we'll take a look at everything here. Just for, I suppose, simplicity's sake. So it looks like we've got a few here that I haven't followed just yet. Park Elise in Vancouver. We have the Towns at Legacy Park in Davenport, Florida. That sort of thing. That's one that was recently added, actually. And a number in the Miami area as well. And then we have some developments in Mexico. They're really all over the place, so you want to take a look at all of these and see what you'd like to represent, whether it's just in your backyard or all over the place. So if you want to add a project, all you have to do is click Follow this project, and it'll be added to your profile. Very easy to do. And if you want to take a closer look, you can just click on the orange circle with the white arrow in there. And that's going to bring you to the agent view of the development. So you'll notice we have the photo gallery up here and plenty of tabs available. And these are all going to have different information or different possibilities, such as the brochures for marketing material. Documents is going to include any documents that they've uploaded. You do have to follow the project to see some of these things. So we'll click on Follow. And you'll notice that once you do follow a project, you'll have a public link for that, and that's going to be the public view of the development. So not quite as much information available. You won't have things like documents and that kind of thing. We have a Q&A here. This might also have commission schedules, wire transfer instructions, and that sort of thing. We have a closer view of the images for the project, as well as videos if they have any uploaded. It looks like Destiny at Ravenwoods here has 3. And then floor plans, which is pretty self-explanatory. Those are generally going to be PDFs, sometimes image files, JPEGs specifically. And then we have records. So if you'd like to, you can actually enter a lead here yourself. If you have a lead for a project from outside the system, or rather, a lead from outside the system for a project that is on Developer Showcase, you can enter that lead here and it will be registered under you. So it'll help you to keep track of all of your leads in one place. And then the last one we have here is terms and conditions. So that's going to have any disclaimers, might have some commission terms and that sort of thing. And definitely worth checking out. So the public view is going to look a little bit different. We're not going to have quite as many tabs available. And here we have the link for that right here in the blue bar. So as you can see, we have the lead capture form on the right. We have my contact information since this came from my profile. And the lead capture form will come right back to me. But we do still have the descriptions, amenities and features, that sort of thing. We can create the brochure and flyer, and we'll take a look at those real quick. You can choose to download them, which will generate the PDF, or click send, and it will bring up an email form here and automatically attach the marketing piece to it. So all you have to do is enter an email address or multiple addresses in the subject and message, and that will do the trick for you. You click send, and it will send with the attached brochure or flyer if you choose that one instead. So the brochure here is going to pull those high-resolution photos that we have on the system and lay the descriptions on top here. And you'll notice that at the bottom of each page we'll have your contact information and the URL for this specific project with your branding. So if I were to click on this one, it would bring me right back to this page, the public view of the development. So we have a nice picture on each page here with the descriptions laid right on top. Very nice looking brochure here, amenities and everything too. And the last page is going to be devoted to your contact info and your specialties and that sort of thing. So what you can do for clients and how they can get a hold of you. And since this is a PDF, we can save it and then edit it or send it out or whatever, or print it out directly from this screen. Here we have the flyer, and we're going to have about the same amount of information, but in a more compact format. Just one picture, all the descriptions and amenities, and then your information on the right side there. And again, this is another PDF, so we can save it, print it, whatever you got to do. So that's the automatically generated marketing material. Buyers will also have access to the videos and the floor plans for the project too. And another nice thing about the public view here is if they click home, it's going to take them to your public profile, not to a developer showcase homepage or something like that. So they can also translate. We have 5 languages available currently, and we're in the process of adding more. But we have simplified Chinese, Brazilian Portuguese, French, English, and Spanish available at the moment. And that works for any of these developments and the system itself as well. So that's the public profile and all the developments you're following. Of course, if a client clicks on one of these, they're going to see the most up-to-date information about the development, but with your contact info. So here we have the Park Metro Town. Looks like they didn't upload quite as much, but we still have the description and the marketing pieces here. So that is the agent and public view of the developments here. And you'll notice that on the agent view, you have the developer contact info as well as a send message box. So you can get a hold of them if you need to. And here is actually a decent opportunity to take a look at the responsive design of the website. So as you can see, I'm making this window more and more narrow. And instead of making me scroll left to right, it's just changing the way that everything's displayed. So when it's this narrow of a window, this is basically how it's going to be showing up on a smartphone. So still very easy to navigate. Of course, it's a longer page, but that is to be expected as we still want the same amount of information on there. We don't want to have to cut anything out. If we go a little wider, this is about how it's going to be showing up on most tablets, give or take, since they are differently sized. But still very easy to see, navigate, and all that sort of thing. And then as we get wider to a normal computer screen type of display, we're back to the normal view. So that is, those are just a couple more features of the developer showcase here. Now, the next tab that we're going to look at here is the sales kit, and this is how you can send information about multiple developments in one go. So any that you choose to include here are going to show up on the right side. And why don't we go for a few in Florida here? We'll choose 9 at Mary Brickell Village, and in town here, and how about Ocean 18? So as you select those, they show up at the top of the page on the right side here. And of course, you can remove any or add more. You can include as many or as few as you would like. But we can click on Send Projects, and we're going to see another email form here. And what this will do is generate a pre-formatted HTML email that includes information on all three of these developments, or as many as you select. So you just enter the email addresses of the people you would like to receive the message, and they will see a picture for each of these developments with the project name, and they can click on that to go directly to the page for that project with your contact info. So another helpful marketing tool here, and very easy to send out to clients. The next tab we have here is leads, and since this is a test account, we haven't registered any leads on this one just yet. But once you have, you can organize them by project, so which project these people have registered for, or by lead status, pending, approved, or rejected. And you can export a list of your leads as well as a CSV or XLS document. So very easy to do if you want to keep track of them offline or enter them into a CRM system or anything like that. And the last tab we have here is Tools. That's how you're going to link to your Developer Showcase profile. And we have a couple of buttons here with the pre-formatted HTML code that you can add to your website or add to HTML emails, anything like that. But then when anyone clicks on it, it's going to bring them right to your public profile with all of the developments that you're following. So that is how you can get the word out about your Developer Showcase website. So that just about does it for the Developer Showcase demo as well. And if you guys have any questions about either of the platforms, you can go right ahead and ask now. If you'd like to type into the question box there, I'll be happy to answer any questions you have, whether it's about best practices or whatever else. Go ahead and shoot. All right, it looks like we don't have any questions at the moment, and hopefully that means I did a good job here. If you do have any questions later on, feel free to email me, braden@proxio.com, or you can relay it through Dan at MFRMLS, as he is the one that organized all this and will have the recording as well as the PowerPoint presentations. So thank you again for joining me here today, and I hope to see you active on the Proxio network very soon. I hope you all have a great day.